Actually live.
Is wow, Amy.
Rick Ross, you're the boss. You're the boss, Rick Ross.
All right. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the No Sports Talk Show right here live in the booth. I'm your main man, BJ, the host, right here in the booth.
I just whipped up these morning Smart Farms that.
What's going on, bro?
What's going on, bro? Yes, sir. We with the sunglasses. We cooling. Yeah.
Hey, man.
Yeah. We
Hey.
we on that level today. Yeah. Got the chains on with the Tennessee. Yeah. We the boss today. We the boss.
I know
We the
it.
boss. And they paid the cost.
I know it took 15 years. So I know you've been holding on to that polo for about 15 years. So I'm gonna let you have it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It took 15. It's about time, you know what I mean? And I know you for what? How long have I know you for? We know each other 7 years. Boy,
Yeah, it's been about 5. It's been about 6 to 7. Yeah. Yeah.
boy, dang, man. It's about
Yeah.
time, Miles. It's about time,
Don't
man.
worry about it. Don't even worry about it.
Oh,
We don't even worry about it.
listen, like I said, look, 15 years, that's a long time, my brother. I feel you it feel like Georgia, you know what I mean? When they were 40 years or something, you know, I understand. I understand how it is, but you know, it is what it is. But
Totally.
uh, you know, it's a it's you know, it's one of those situations where,
So proud.
you know,
Yeah. It's all
yeah,
good.
you got the TV on.
It's all. No, my fault. I'm about to turn it down now. I don't know what's going on with this.
See,
Like,
you
yeah.
look, you done lost. Look, you don't even know what to do with yourself. Tennessee to finally beat Alabama. You last time they did that, you was
I'm
probably
gonna play this a little bit for you though. Let me.
nah. You ain't got to.
Hold on. Just let me give you 20 seconds of this right here. Let me give you 10 seconds. Cause you hear it. Huh? That's Rick Ross. Huh? Nicki Minaj. Let me tell you something. We the boss. Yeah. 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 That's all I need to play for.
You done?
That's all we need to hear. That's all we need to
You
hear.
done?
I'm good.
Miles, that song about as old as the last time
It
Tennessee.
don't matter how,
Oh
but
no,
it's
no, no.
renewed
Listen,
today. It's
Miles,
renewed
you
today.
probably. I know. Look, like I said, I'm gonna let you have it because I know you was probably in your mid-30s, maybe probably your late 20s, but last time Tennessee had to beat Alabama. So I feel that, man. You feel young and alive again. I feel it, you know.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
look, you know, it's all good. Like I said, it's all good. One thing about it is you gotta learn how to lose gracefully. And you know, I give it to y'all. Y'all did y'all thing, man. But don't count the boys out. But we're gonna get to the game. I'll let you have your fun. We'll get to the game in a little while
Yeah.
when we get down the lineup and we get down later on in the show. But just to kick things off, man, just to talk some basketball, man. The NBA is officially back tonight, man. We get two game. Well, actually, one game is actually on right now. You got the 76ers are on the road in Boston right now playing the Celtics. So if you aren't tuned into that right now, go ahead and tune into it. I got it behind me. Y'all can't see it because I got my nice, Alabama berry behind me. But first quarter is
Don't mean
ended.
that today. Don't
Hey,
mean that today.
whoa, calm down. Calm down. Calm down. Y'all still gotta handle business. I know that was y'all national championship on Saturday, but y'all gotta handle business still.
Okay.
But the 76ers currently are up on the Boston Celtics 29-24. That's the end of the first quarter. So they're going into the second quarter. Then later on the night, we got the Golden State Warriors at home against the Los Angeles Lakers. So definitely excited to check that one out later. If I can manage to stay up because you know how it is with the West Coast game. So if I can manage to stay up, what usually happens to me is like I'll watch it that first and second quarter, and then you doze off in the third quarter, you wake up in the fourth quarter, and it might be a tight game. But I think I got enough energy to stay up tonight and see if I can last.
You should have some energy because you now you know that y'all not unstoppable. You should have enough energy. You should be you should humble yourself now.
I don't need to humble anything. You want to know why?
Well, y'all not on the throne no more. Y'all not.
Listen, I don't need to. Y'all not on the throne either. You haven't won anything. You haven't won anything yet.
Okay.
It's one regular
respect. We are respect this year. We're Tennessee. There's that T on there. It ain't Texas. It ain't got no horn with the little thing going out the side, the little bull. No, this is a T on the helmet. The power T. Yeah. We don't respect that. We earned that again. We're on the map now. That everybody know about us in the country and in the world. They know about us. Yeah. We're on that map again.
Anyway,
understand that now.
Anyway, I'll light you up later. Don't worry. I'm gonna let you have it. When we get on the topic, it's okay. Trust me.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna let you have your little regular season. It's a regular season win. You know what I mean? But you know how it is when you beat Alabama, man. It's a celebration. You tearing goalposts down. You doing all the extra stuff. It's cool. We don't storm the field when we win games. I'm just saying, because it's understood. It's a standard. But like I said, we'll get to that. We'll get to that later. We'll get to it later.
Okay.
So games going on right now. What are you expecting to see, man? I guess not necessarily. I guess this NBA season. What do you have your eyes on? What is top of mind when you're thinking about this upcoming season, man? And especially the games tonight. I know we only got 2 games tonight, but what are you kind of looking forward to seeing this upcoming season?
I'm expecting LeBron James and the Lakers to come out like now they got Patrick Beverly, a dog on defense. I'm expecting them to come out with a more veteran, like we're on one mission. You know what I mean? It's one mission only, is to win the championship. It's championship or bust with the Lakers now. That's all it is to it. That it is to it. Russell Westbrook, I didn't like the way he did in that preseason game with Patrick Beverly trying to bring everybody in the huddle, and he stood out. You know what I mean? That I really don't think. I know the trade deadline's coming up in 2 or 3 weeks.
For what?
Is the NFL or the NBA trade deadline?
No, the trade deadline is nowhere near from the NBA. That's you thinking of the NFL.
Yeah, okay. So, but the trade deadline, by the time the trade deadline comes for the NBA, excuse me, I think Russell Westbrook's gonna be gone, man. I think he's gonna be gone because he just don't fit in with he don't want to play second tier. He don't want to play point guard. He don't want Russell Westbrook want to be Russell Westbrook. That's it. That's it. I'm grown tired of that. And I don't when I didn't he wasn't on my team, I like seeing him play. You know
Right.
what I mean? His explosiveness and all that. But other than that, bro, you for as a teammate, you're not going to fit with LeBron James if you're not willing to go by the system, man. Because it really is a system. You really gotta, I'm just saying he's the leader. I mean, like, come on, man. I mean, you got to bow down to the greatness. I mean, for real, like literally, like. But at the same time, you can still play the game of basketball. It's not like we're asking you to quit taking 3-pointers because you can't make them. Stop it. Stop it. You can't do it. That's not you. Drive and slash, and LeBron hit you on the cut going to the basket. Play your game, man. Quit trying to be something you're not. You know what I mean? Especially playing with greats. Anthony Davis and LeBron James. Come on, man. And now you got Patrick Beverly too. I'm just saying. So I on that, I think the Lakers are out on a mission. I don't know if they're going to win the World Championship. Now I ain't sitting there saying that, but
They not.
I think at the end of the day, but these young teams are coming up now because they know it's their time. The Charlotte Hornets, man, the Chicago Bulls. I mean,
Yeah,
they all these teams are coming up. They literally are. They got their own players. They got they have their veterans. It's like 31, 32, but they're what I mean. They're set. You know what I mean. It's like it's like we're just trying to build. Like the Cavaliers and got better with Mitchell. Him
yeah.
and what's his name? Is it Gordon? What's his name? The dude. I think he came out of Vanderbilt, didn't he?
You're talking
The
about
guard, the guard for the Cavaliers. He came out of Vanderbilt, I believe. But
yeah, I know.
yeah. So you know what I'm saying? It's just Sexton then went somewhere. Where's Sexton at now?
I
Did he get traded?
I don't remember where Colin Sexton ended up, but he was you were referring to Darius Garland. That's who you
Yeah,
were talking
Garland. He came
about.
out of Vanderbilt, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah, Darius Garland. Colin Sexton, I honestly can't remember where Colin Sexton went, but he was. I
Exactly.
mean,
I know he
it's
did
kind of
get
crazy.
traded though, right? He did get traded, right?
Yeah, he's not on the Cavaliers anymore, but it's
He
crazy
might be
because
with Utah now. I think he's with Utah, I believe.
right
Yeah.
now, yeah, it is Utah. Yeah, I mean he's not in a terrible situation necessarily.
No.
I mean Utah and Donovan Mitchell was Utah, but they got a lot of
Yeah.
they got a lot of they got a lot back, obviously from the trade. So,
Yeah.
I think they still got a solid little nucleus. I don't think that they'll. I don't know. We'll have to see with Utah. The West is tricky, but I know for me, like looking at the season, like I'm definitely the biggest story that I'm like interested to see, like what is the Warriors chemistry going to be like, especially tonight. Coming
Yeah.
off of the situation that happened with Jordan Poole and Draymond Green. I'm just interested to see kind of like how what is it like for them, the both of them when they're on the court at the same time. I know it. They played in the preseason and everything like that. That's one game and stuff like that. But you just gotta wonder in the back of your mind. And me personally, I do is like, what is that going to look like for the entire season? Like, are they truly going to move past it and be able to coexist on the court, on the bench? Like what is that relationship going to look like when during the timeout, or when Draymond is the guy that likes to talk to everybody out on the court? What is that going to look like?
And what makes me mad about that though, because I like Draymond. He's the type of dude that like me personally as a coach, I coach basketball, so it might be a church league or whatever, it might be whatever y'all think it is, whatever. But at the end of the day, I coach basketball, and you want a Draymond Green on your team. You want that dude that's gonna, stand up for everybody. You know what I mean? That's gonna be that dude that's like, man, yeah, yeah, we doing this, yeah.
Yeah,
It's toughness. But at the end of the day, I don't like the way he presented himself that way. I don't. I really am upset with him. Like me personally, I mean, my opinion don't count. I mean, don't care. Yeah, he ain't losing no money. He ain't doing none of that. But at the end
Right.
of the day, I don't like the way he did it. The way you just punched that man in the jaw like that. I don't like that as a teammate. I don't like that. Cause I grew up on sports, teamwork. You know what I mean? I grew up on that.
Yeah.
And there's a certain respect you got to have for your teammate that's that's doing the ride and the grind with you each and every day, man. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? You just sitting there. I know he might have been a little ego, whatever. He about to get paid, but at the same time, what? I mean, he did the work. You know what I
Right.
mean? He did the work. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? I just don't like the way he just like fully just punched into the way he did it. I'm not set with that. I don't like it. But at the end of the day, Draymond's gonna get paid and he's gonna stay in the league, and it's nothing gonna be like dramatic with him. He still got him a life in the NBA, so it's not gonna change
Yeah.
nothing. Yeah.
Yeah. And and it's even crazier because they decided to fine him internally instead of suspending him, which I felt like you talked about this the other day, was I felt like the Warriors handled the situation too soft. I still feel like you still have to. And I mean, at the end of the day, they handled it the way that they want to handle it. It's their organization; they run it how they want to. But when you're talking about sending a message to players, you have to. Sometimes you just got to put your foot down. You know what I mean? Sometimes you have to, especially when it comes to a situation like this, where Steve Kerr said that like this is one of the worst things he's ever seen, like the worst situation he's seen in his tenure. And I would probably say like close to that was when.
And you remember he got punched by Michael Jordan back in the day.
Yeah, absolutely.
But so obviously he's saying Michael Jordan didn't draw back and try to knock him out. Basically, what he said, Michael Jordan just did a little quick punch. He like,
Yeah,
shut up, punk.
And that and
He made the difference in between the both of them. Draymond
right.
draw back and like trying to knock him out. Like you're like,
And
dude, calm down.
the thing about that was, Steve Kerr wasn't backing down from Mike, and like everybody else was, and that actually brought him closer because Mike was like, you know what, like I respect that. You know what I mean? Nobody. While I'm trying to, it was more so about trying to build up your teammates within, not really like. And people, obviously like question the way he did it. Because I mean, some of the stuff he said, it may not have been the best, but there was a method behind the madness, you know what I mean? And they built the championship, level team, and especially what's wild is because Steve Kerr has been a part of that. Like you said, that was a great mention in regards to like how Steve Kerr seeing that from a player's perspective and a coach's perspective, because he has it from both sides. So the way that maybe they handled it in Chicago, because Michael Jordan gets suspended, you know what I mean? I mean, I'm pretty sure however they handled it was internally. I was a kid, I would have to go back.
Draymond Green ain't nowhere near on the level of Michael Jordan. Yeah.
Right. And see, and then back then, it wasn't tapes and all that stuff wasn't getting leaked out. Now it's easy. It wasn't on Twitter and and stuff like that. I mean, you weren't just gonna throw that out there on the internet in the 90s. You know what I'm saying? Like that wasn't gonna happen. But that's one, like I said, like that's a story that I'm looking at. And I'm also looking at, obviously, with the Lakers, I'm looking at what's it gonna look like with Russ coming off the bench, because that's something that they explored in the preseason. So what I'm just trying to see, kind of interested to see like what are the lineups gonna look like, because Frank Vogel's obviously been questioned a lot when it comes to his rotations and how he handles.
Well, we questioned that before Westbrook was even there, though.
Well, I know what I'm saying is it's been an ongoing thing. So now that he has,
it ain't Frank Vogel, no, it's Darvin Ham now. So
I meant Darvin Ham. I'm sorry, you're right.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting Frank Vogel's not there. What I'm saying is, what I meant to say was there was questions about how the rotations were looking, and now I'm interested to see like how is Darvin Ham going to take that, and what is he going to do with what he has, obviously, because they brought in some more, some more pieces. So what is his philosophy, and what is his vision going to be, when it comes to handling these games? Because a lot of the times, I don't want to say with the Lakers, if I remember correctly, it was in that third quarter. That was when they had the third quarter was the biggest struggle for them last year. When they would get in the third quarter, it was like all basketball knowledge just went out the window. They just forgot how to play basketball, and the game would get away from them. Some of the games,
turnovers.
games they were getting, blown out, or they started off slow. But I'm just interested to kind of see like how they come out on the road. Everybody has first legs.
I did not like that situation between Patrick Beverly and Russell Westbrook though. I did not like it. I like the way Patrick Beverly was trying to, like, look here, man, let's come on. Like, get the game in. Let's go. This is what we got. They was only down by like 10 points at the time. So he was just like, let's go. And Westbrook just giving them little hands. And I don't like that, man. I don't like that kind of stuff, bro. I don't
but
like
you can expect
that kind of stuff.
You can expect that though. You can expect that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying?
That's not good. That's not good.
It's not good. It's not good. It's not. So, I can't really deny, the fact that whether he will be traded or not, I just think time will tell. However things are going, that's gonna determine whether or not, he does get traded. And then the last thing I wanted to talk about before we go to our next point, was just I'm looking at, Brooklyn, obviously with Ben Simmons finally being able to play, what is that going to look like? How's that going to take them to the next level? Which I think it will defensively, because they struggled defensively last year. So I think that he brings a different piece there when it comes to on the defensive side, and obviously, being a facilitator on the offensive side, being able to see the court the way that he can. I think that's going to help them out a lot. So definitely looking at those things.
Me being honest, I would Ben Simmons with James Harden any day. Me personally.
Yeah.
That's just me personally. That's just me, my opinion. Because he's a facilitator. Now James Harden is too, but he only do it when it's got to be done. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ben Simmons is a natural facilitator.
Yeah.
He's gonna do it early in the game to where when we get the 20-point lead, we ain't got to worry about it later on in the game because he's already doing it from the get-go. Because that's just who he is. James Harden get his stuff from the get-go. You know what I mean? That's how he was. I mean, and then you got Kyrie Irving. That's why Kyrie Irving made it personal last year when they played one-on-one. I'm like, man, move out the way. I got him. And Kyrie Irving don't play no defense. He wanted to punt James Harden that day. He wanted to punk him. He wanted to punk him. He was like, this dude is soft, bro. I got him.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what it was. I mean, but Ben Simmons is the best thing that happened to the Brooklyn Nets. Kevin Durant, stay there and shut up. Because Ben Simmons he's the low grade, low budget LeBron. So take
Oh my God.
That's it. 16 and the facility. Yeah.
Wait.
He ain't gonna get you 25 like LeBron is. But he gonna get 10 and 10 and he gonna get you a triple double.
KD can get you 25 if you want. But
no, I'm talking about he gonna get you a triple.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
For sure. But yeah, man, we'll definitely see. So moving on, man, let's go to the NBA and let's talk about what's happening in Baltimore. Obviously, the Ravens just signed Deshaun Jackson to their team, and they're hoping that he can provide a deep threat. We've seen Lamar Jackson obviously struggle this year with no real deep threat at all. They just dropped the game to the Giants on the road this past Sunday, which the Giants improved to 5-1. And the Ravens right now, they're just struggling. They can't really get anything going offensively. Lamar is
mainly in the fourth quarter, though. Mainly in the fourth quarter. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but even then, like you can just tell throughout the game, it's just not the same. they don't have the same firepower that they had. I mean, you just with no Hollywood Brown, who was the deep threat. You really relying on Duvernay, and he's not a deep threat. You know, they don't have a wide receiver.
He's a possession receiver. Yeah, he's a possession.
Yeah,
receiver.
Mark Andrews is still there, but you know they don't have anybody that's going to take the top off their defense, and I mean off the defense on their offense on their offense. So, and then when you think about the way that they played, a lot of their offense ran through their tight ends, and they don't have that really that tight end threat like they had. They had 3 solid tight ends. They don't have that anymore.
Oh wow, I'm telling you, they did have 3. When they had them 3, boy, they was deadly. Yeah. When they had them 3s, boy.
That's what I'm saying. That's how their offense ran. But you know, obviously, you know, what are your thoughts about, you know, them signing Deshaun Jackson? And, you know, do you think that this is going to have a impact? You know, is this going to be, you know, a big difference on their offense? Is it going to help them take things to the next level in some way, to be able to do enough offensively to be able to win a football game? Because defensively, they're not that strong at all. So that means a lot of their success.
They're not the Baltimore Ravens defense that we're used to, accustomed to. Yeah.
Well, they ain't been that defense since Ray Lewis left. So
don't do that. Don't do that.
I mean, if you want to be realistic,
don't do that. They always got a respectable defense now. Now they just ain't, you know, like you said, Ray Lewis and what's the tight end? What's the defensive end name? What's his name?
Everybody. I said
everybody. Yeah, really, they did have all the guys at one time. They like so.
Ed Reed, like none of look. Even Ed Reed.
They're definitely not that defense again. No, they're not that.
I was just
not, but they are respectable now. You recognize our name now. Stop playing. That's purple and black now. Quit playing. Right. Quit. That's purple and black. Quit playing. I'm just saying. We in it. Don't there's 3-3. I know that, but we still got 10 more games to go. Okay, we in it now. Don't get right. Every game we done lost, we lost the lead. We was up by 21, 14, and
we got 11.
We wasn't like we ain't handling business now. I'm just saying we done our little thing, you know, but our defense ain't what it is, you know, what it is. But at the same time, like you saying, yeah, it's they at the end of the day, Lamar Jackson, for one thing, this contract thing is, I think it's like looming over the season. I think it's just like illumination, not Illuminati, illumination over the season, to where it's just like, you know, you got to play perfect. No, just play your game, man. Defense got to step up a little bit. Defense got to step up, because we get our 2 or 3 touchdown leads now. We do that as the offense. That's what we do.
They need to step up a lot.
Yeah, the defense needs to step up a lot. You know what I mean? So, and then Deshaun Jackson, like you said, at the end of the day, the addition to him, yeah, he can get that deep threat to where like Hollywood Brown was doing. You know, you got to worry about. I don't care. He might be 34 years old, but at the end of the day, Deshaun Jackson's still running 4.4 or 4.5. You gotta cover him. You know what I'm saying? You gotta cover him now.
Yeah, I mean,
they ain't sign him for nothing. I'm just saying.
Yeah, they obviously sign him for, you know, obviously the speed, because like I said before, they just don't have anybody that's going to take the top off of the defense. And I honestly, you know, I think Deshaun Jackson will help, you know, but I still think that they still have to find
defense.
Maybe,
I think the defense.
And the biggest thing that's the issue for me, even offensively, is they want Lamar Jackson to stand in the pocket and throw from the pocket, and he's not that quarterback. This is what they do to a lot of the black quarterbacks. Let's just take it there. They want you see people with the black quarterbacks with the talented, you know, with the ability to run. They're real true dual threats. When they get out of the pocket, they get in space. That's That's where they're making their plays. But Justin Fields, Lamar Jackson, like they want them to stand in his pocket and throw the ball, and that's not their game. They make their plays with their feet, and it's just I feel like they took a big chunk of Lamar Jackson's game and his strengths away from him. And so now he's in his mind, he's like, and if you notice when the pocket breaks down on him now, he's more willing to stand in there and take a sack. When 2 years ago, if he drops back and he sees it closing, he's gone. Like he's tucking the ball and he's out, like with no hesitation, and I just think we're seeing a different part. And then obviously, I think the contract situation does have something to do with it as well, because he's trying to play for, essentially he's playing for his job, on this roster. So
basically, for his price range,
right,
yeah.
and guaranteed money, like none of that. So that's a lot of pressure. But with Deshaun Jackson, obviously you get somebody that brings speed, you get somebody that can force the issue, for them, and I think that's going to help. I think that they'll build a connection. I think that was a good pickup for him. But Deshaun Jackson, I mean,
let me ask you a question though.
The same as before. I mean, his best season was 2013. He had, his next best season after that. I mean, 2016, he was 1,000-yard receiver. Other than that, like he hadn't been the same for real. But he said he still has speed, which is
exactly. He still got the speed, and the way he used Michael Vick when he played with Michael Vick with the Eagles. Michael Vick would throw it in your range, but you would have to adjust to the ball a little bit, just because Michael Vick was just that. He might not put it right on precise point, but and Deshaun Jackson was perfect for that. I heard Skip Bayless talking about that earlier today.
Yeah.
He said he never seen a receiver that can adjust to the ball and have that much speed to just like Deshaun Jackson. That's what he did. That's what he is. Yeah. And that's what Lamar Jackson is. He's a Michael Vick 2.0. Literally. Yeah. That's what he is. And at the end of the day, I think this move is going to help them, because like they don't have that finisher. He's that finisher. Like he can make that one move and that one catch. That he might have 3 catches all game long, but that one for 60 yards, he might get you. And that's what Lamar Jackson needs. That's what he needs. Yeah.
He definitely needs that, but on a consistent basis. So,
and I think he can do it on a consistent basis. I think he can.
Yeah, it just depends on who you're playing and what's going to happen if a team adjusts and they find a way to like take him out of the game in some way. How are they gonna? Because I assume a lot of people are going to try to double him now and then force the other receivers to beat you. So, we'll definitely.
I'll take that though. I'll take that, because Lamar Jackson, that's when his running abilities need to come in. That's when the coach need to let him loose. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I definitely I can see that. So we'll definitely.
He's a unique talent though. Like you got to really use Lamar Jackson the right way. Like you got this dude that's 6'2" that can run this fast, and I'm like, and he can throw like this, dude. Use him to the best of your ability, bro. This is where your coaching, this is where your money comes in at, bro. Do this. You got to do it, Jack Harbaugh. You got to do it.
Hey, he'll get it one day. We'll definitely see. But hey, y'all.
It's funny, Baltimore and Tennessee. Tennessee won the national championship, and Baltimore won the Super Bowl.
First of all, neither one. First of all, the Ravens not winning the Super Bowl. We're just gonna get that out.
No, don't do that.
Ravens not winning the Super Bowl.
About, man?
I'm sorry, bro.
Who's better than the Ravens right now? We lost 3 leads, and we had to win by double digits.
Who's better than the Ravens right now? The Bills? The Chiefs?
Did you see the game against the Bills?
The Bills are better than the Ravens, bro.
Did we not have a 2-touchdown lead over them?
Did y'all win?
That what you going by?
Did you
That
win
what
the
you
game?
going by now? Okay.
Answer the question.
No, we did not win. But I'm telling you, that's what you going by? Oh my goodness.
I'm going by what the final score says. I get you had the two score lead and all that. That sounds great. That sounds fantastic. But when the whistle blew and the clock hit 0, who won the game?
All 3 of our losses are like that. We had a 3-touchdown lead and we lose them.
Whose fault is
It ain't
that?
that team is better than us. We dogging them, bro.
Hey, 3-3 and dogging. I feel it. Hey, shout out to the 3-3
Oh
dogs.
Lord, here you go.
Okay. Shout out to it, bro.
But you sound like an Alabama fan that just lost this weekend.
Nah, yeah. I'm chilling. I know most Alabama fans would be yelling and screaming right now, but when you I just chill. You know what I mean? It's nothing to me. It's nothing.
Okay.
You know what time it is, bro. You already know.
I don't. What time is it?
It's 8:43 right now.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
We're gonna go to break and we're gonna be back. And we're gonna give y'all some inspiration. And we're gonna jump into our last few topics for the night, man. So keep it locked. We'll be back. The No Sports Talk Show.
Go Vols.
All right, we're back. The No Sports Talk Show. Give you the latest, hottest news and updates in the world of sports. And as always, man, of course, some inspiration. So this is around the time, man, we do our inspirational segment for y'all, man. And we always, like I said, it's always like to give y'all some words of encouragement, some words to take back with you, man. Just some what Miles used to call it, man, an inspirational vitamin.
Yeah.
Call it that. Y'all, if y'all have been rocking with us for a while, a few years ago, man, used to call it the inspirational vitamin. So, yeah, man, I wanted to read something from y'all that I saw, a post that I saw on social media yesterday, and it says, God says nothing can stop my plan for your life. And it says, when I open the door,
you said what now? God can what?
It says, God says nothing can stop my plan for your life.
Oh, yeah.
It says, when I open a door, there's nothing that can close it. But when I close a door, there's nothing that can open it. Just trust my will. And I thought that was really, really, powerful. Especially, thinking about how we can get in a situation where we feel like, we're not gonna get where we want to be, and God is just saying, look, like, no matter where you are right now, whatever it is that I got planned for you, whatever it is that I got for you, no matter where you are right now in life, nothing, as long as it's in my will, nothing's gonna stop you from getting there. And we don't know what God has in store for us. That's the thing about it. That's the beautiful thing about it, for me, is that you may think your life is going to turn out a certain way, and it may not be trending in that direction. You may not get what it is that you want, but God is like, look, I got something better for you. what you thought was success, what you thought was your peak in life, you don't have no idea what I had instead of that. We only see the things that are in front of us, man. But God is, he's seeing, he's very forward thinking God. He knows what he has in store for us. So we just gotta trust that whatever it is that he's doing it for a purpose, and he's doing it for, because it's his plan for us. So and I think that it's easy for us to struggle with that. In our human nature, we like, look, God, like I what you doing now? Like, this don't look right. This don't feel right. I'm not hearing anything positive out this situation right now at all. I don't see the positive in this at all. But that's when trusting him comes into play, and allowing him to be the driving force, and really thanking him. That's when you got to thank him in advance for, not when you get blessed, but before you get to that point, man. And we just gotta learn how to thank him, and just start to speak that life into ourselves. Know what he's told us. Know that me and you and I both know this, man. God is not going to take us through anything that he doesn't think that we can get through, and that we can overcome. That he's not going to bring us through. Obviously
it's hard. It's hard going through it, but at the same time, he knows we can't get through it. You know what I mean? It's hard going through it, but he knows we can get through it. You know what I mean? Yep. So, and just like, hey, you already know. I didn't mean to cut you off, brother.
No, bro. Jump in.
Didn't mean to cut you off, and I was just like, I told you about my dog Knox. So we beat Alabama on Saturday, and my dog died on Sunday. I said, what? My dog's name is Knox. You hear me? His name was Knox. It's just like, hey, sometimes it's a sacrifice you got to give for greatness. You know what I mean? I don't mean to put it like that, like, you know what I mean? But all I'm saying is you never know. You just never know, bro. You just like, and just like you're saying, it's like my wife did not even want a dog.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, when he died, she was the hardest one over him. You hear me? She was like the one crying the most. And this and that. But it was a good thing, though. You know what I mean? It's just, you never know what, God puts in your life for a reason, and how long. He was in our life for 4 years. You know what I mean? So 3.5, or whatever. So he was that dude. You know what I mean? That was my dog. That was my dog, literally. Like, my boy, me and him were the only man in the house. I had four girls, literally. So I'm like, it's just, and the world, it took away from me, because they didn't ever tell me that he was sick. He been going to PetSmart for the last 2 years.
Yeah.
They ain't never said nothing about him having a weak heart. Then y'all ain't said nothing.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, we supposed to just take it. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, you gotta take it, because you never know what the world is going to give you. But you know what you get out of God. You know what I'm saying? I prayed for him. I did all this and that. But at the same time, I think everything just happened for a reason. Like,
absolutely.
At the end of the day, I just think it's happened for a reason. I think it might have drawn my family closer together. Situations that we've been through the last year. Just because he's lost, you know what I mean? Because a dog, they can't tell you when something wrong with him. They can't do that.
Right.
But yeah, man, it's like you're saying. It's just like, hey, it's God's not going to put you in a position that you can't get out of and not ready for it. You don't know you're ready for it, but he knows you're ready for it. And he's going to put you into that moment to where, like, yeah, handle this, man. Stop playing. Stop playing. It's you. Yeah.
Exactly. Hey man. Hey y'all, and that's all we got for y'all, man. We hope that, like I said, that inspires and touches everybody, man, out there, man. And we're gonna sign off with this real quick, man. Listen to this. Amen. Caught that right on time. That's Smokey Norfolk right there, y'all. Smokey Norfolk. Hey, that's Psalm 64. I love that song. Me and my mom used to listen to that song. She used to take me to driving me to middle school when I was in 6th grade. I went to Camp Creek Middle School for 6th grade before they built Sandtown Middle School. We used to listen to that whole Smokey Norfolk album the whole way to school every single morning. But yeah, man, like I said, we hope that that touches that brought some value and touch our listeners, our viewers out there, man. But jumping back into things, man, let's get back into it. Last couple topics, man. Take it to college football. So, as you can see at the bottom of the screen, man, the number 6 Tennessee Vols upset number 3 Bama. So, are the Vols serious championship contenders after this big home win against Alabama this past Saturday? Miles,
go ahead, V. No. You go ahead.
All right, cool. So, obviously I do think that Tennessee are contenders. I do think they are contenders. Looking back,
do you think we can beat Ohio State?
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. I'm not. No, there's. I would never pick Ohio State to beat Tennessee this year. Maybe some other years, but this year, I wouldn't take Ohio State to beat Tennessee. But just analyzing the game, obviously Tennessee won 52-49. I just think that, defensively, I don't think that Alabama did enough. They did not make the adjustments to, be able to handle that. What Tennessee was doing offensively, spreading them out, moving quick. When it comes to getting up to the line of scrimmage, hiking the ball, not letting Alabama substitute, not letting them get, in a position to make plays. And I don't think that Pete Golden did a good job of adjusting to what they were doing. I mean, you left the safety out there on the island to really get killed. And DeMarco Hellings is not a covered safety. So, I think that he was biting on the play action. Every time he was given the play action, he was biting on it. But, what's funny to me is, Miles, you came into before we was talking about the game, you mentioned, Alabama is they're probably gonna give y'all all the calls and this and this. And I have never seen a game in critical situations called like I did. It was just to me, and I'm not.
It's okay because
it's not your turn yet. It's not your turn because I know you're not. I know, and you already admitted this to me. So don't deny it.
Okay.
I'm not blaming the refs. I'm not blaming.
I said 50-50. That's what I said.
No, relax. I'm not blaming this game on the refs. I'm not blaming our loss on the referees because we didn't do enough that we needed to do to win the game. Point blank, period. But in critical situations, I feel like it got not like I feel like I know, it was to the point where it was excessive. You talking about 3 or 4 different occasions where Bryce Young got hit in his neck and his head. No targeting was called. No roughing the passer was called. Cool, fine. I mean, they just back there teeing off on him. Cool, okay. Then you got and the biggest one for me, the one that really outside.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Don't act, because I could pull up the video and every I was watching the game with a diehard Tennessee Vols fan who
now last week we just was talking about how the not even last week, it was a couple weeks ago, we were just talking about how the play calling It's messing up the game of football now.
Penalties. We didn't say play calling.
That's penalties. You're looking for them.
I'm not looking
You
for
were looking for them. You're looking
No.
for them. That was football. That was football.
So Miles, you're gonna sit here and tell me that it's legal for you to hit somebody in the head and neck area as a quarterback, and that's just it in today's league. I'm not talking about football back then. In today's league, what is the rule? What's the rule? Right? Exactly. Be quiet because you know.
The rule is you can't play football no more. That's the rule.
Okay. So according to the rules, where you can't play football, it's illegal, right? But like I said, I'm not about to blame the referees on Alabama's loss. I already said that. But all I'm bringing up, I have a right to even bring up penalties because you even led the conversation last week talking about how Alabama was going to get all the penalties when y'all really and truly got all the home.
We got one.
Miles, y'all got
that 5 cost the game. We got 1 that cost the game.
5. So one in
5. Where you get 5 from?
There were 3 missed roughing the passers. There was the fumble where we stripped y'all, but they called it. They said they blew the whistle there when we clearly stripped it from it. And then the biggest one out of all of them to me was the interception that we had where they did not throw a flag.
That was 50-50. They could have called it, and they could have not called it.
No, because
I agree with that.
I would have respected it more if at the point where he caught the ball, the referee throws the flag. He waited till Kool-Aid got 40 yards the opposite direction, and he's like, "Oh, you know what?
Hold on, what's his name? Kool-Aid.
Kool-Aid McKinstry. Yeah.
No, Lord.
His real name's not Kool-Aid, but that's what everybody calls it.
I know that. But, I'm just saying. God, no.
It's Jaquan McKinstry. So
Kool-Aid.
He waited till he got 40 yards up the field. Then he's like, "Oh yeah, flag. That's a pass interference." It's like, okay, like whatever. But anyway, regardless, after all of that, despite that, we still were in a position to win that game. And I think that they did not handle the clock management well at the end of the game with 30 seconds left. You know, they decided to throw the ball instead of running it and taking some time off the clock, trying to get closer in field goal range. Instead, they settled to, and Jameer really dropped it. He dropped the pass where he if he would have caught it, he could have at least got to the 15 or might even score. But you know, it is what it is. But Will has to make that kick. You know, he has to make that kick regardless, because despite everything, like I said, we still
exactly. I mean, exactly. At the end of the day, he missed the field goal. At the end of the day,
you know, but I don't think we at the same time we did not help him out, because you don't want your kicker kicking.
Yes, they did. They put him in.
No.
You don't. You see how ugly our field goal was when we won the game? That thing was a knuckler.
He kicked it from 20 yards away, 25 yards.
But it was ugly. You see how ugly that was?
That's because he's trash. Anyway, he just got lucky.
Oh, wow. Oh, here you go.
Because you kicking a sideways field goal, all he has to do in practice is kick the ball. But I don't think we didn't.
He's trash. Oh, my goodness.
We didn't get as close as we could have.
We won.
You don't want him kicking it from 50 yards out, like on the road. Like, you just don't want that to happen. I mean, I trust Will, but I think that you just your play calling has to be better. Get him in a better position when you have the opportunity. But we didn't do enough that we needed to do to win the game. We didn't win the game. Tennessee made more plays. Offensively, they
dogged you.
They did.
Dogged you.
Yeah. They did.
Made y'all look like, just like that dude said earlier, he made y'all look like a JV team.
Yeah, all that. Mm-hmm. All that. But you want to know what's so funny? Like I said, at the end of the day, I know how you feel. You know, y'all can tear the goalpost down and carry it down the streets and knock it out. None of it matter unless you actually get to the playoffs and win the chip. Because none of that matters.
We'll be there. We might be one of the 3 teams that's out of the SEC that's there.
Okay. And I can see that. But like I said, at the end of the day, people writing Alabama off, and I'm gonna let you have the floor. People writing Alabama off.
Y'all gonna lose another game. Yes.
How much? Relax. You want that to happen because you don't want to play us.
No, we don't. No, we don't want to face you again. No, we don't.
I know you don't. On a neutral field, you don't want to see us again. I don't want to. I'm not gonna lie about it. I feel
Okay,
that.
I don't want to see you again. We done beat you. Bye.
Nah,
Be gone.
no.
And you're gonna lose to
You
either Mississippi or
don't want to.
Mississippi State.
You don't want to see. You don't want to see. We're not losing to Mississippi State. You don't want to see us on the neutral field, and I understand why. We know why. But like I said, Alabama moved down to number
Mississippi
6.
or Mississippi State. You're gonna lose one of them.
Wrong answer. Alabama moved down to number 6. Still controls their own destiny. Still in perfect position.
You notice we just flip flop spots, right? You know, you went to number 6 and we went to number 3. So that's what we was playing.
Yeah, and so Georgia and Tennessee play each other in a couple of weeks. I'm not really worried about Michigan. I think Michigan will drop a game, and then Ohio State. It is what it is with them. I mean, at the end of the day, Michigan, Ohio State, even if it stays the same, they'll end up playing each other. So really,
Michigan got Iowa this weekend. We'll see. Iowa's getting missed, but they play. I mean, not Iowa. Ohio State got Iowa, but they playing at Ohio State. So I give Ohio State that edge. Yeah.
You know what I said? Look, the focus in the mission, it doesn't change. Win out, you get to that SEC championship game and do your thing. I mean, it doesn't stop the mission that we have at hand. We can still.
And you still got LSU. I mean, literally.
I'm not worried about that. I'm not worried about LSU. I'm not worried about LSU. I'm not worried about Mississippi State. I'm not worried about LSU. The only team I'm definitely not worried about Auburn. The only team on the schedule left that we really and truly, for real, need to like bring our A game is Ole Miss on the road. Like, and even then, I still think that we are.
And then us again in the SEC championship.
Not worried. On a neutral field, I definitely want to see y'all again. Absolutely, 100%, 100%. So
why you gotta have a neutral field though? Why you have a neutral field?
Isn't that where the SEC championship game is?
I'm just saying, why you gotta have a neutral field though to beat us? Why you gotta have a neutral field?
About 15 years on both in Tennessee and Alabama. It don't really matter. But I'm just saying.
Yeah, it does matter. Because that's what you're asking for. You scared of it.
So what you want me to call them and ask them to move the SEC championship game to Knoxville? I could do that.
Yeah, but you don't want to go play Knoxville again. You don't want to do it. You don't want to do it.
I personally don't care. I don't care. We can go back there. I personally don't care. But what I'm saying is since the only way we could play all again is on a neutral field, it would only make sense for me to say that. Because like I said, unless I'm gonna make a phone call for them to, hey, can y'all move the SEC championship game to Knoxville? Like I said, I can do that. You know, I can write them a letter and ask them. But
you don't want that. You don't want that.
No, I'm not worried about that. It was one game, and like I said, despite all that, still could have won it. So, but you go ahead.
And we played like trash too, though. Don't get it wrong, man.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's not offensively. Both of these teams ball. Defensively, no, it was horrible. Defensively, offensively, yeah, it's just y'all made more offensive plays than we did, and we
without our best receiver. Get it right now. Tell the whole story now.
There's no story. We lost the game. That's the story. We lost.
Said it till, but it wasn't there.
Regardless, we lost.
Tillman wasn't there.
It doesn't matter.
It coming into the season, he was the best receiver in the SEC. Huh?
We lost.
I'll just let you know.
What do you want me to say?
Nothing. I want to hurt.
Look, like I said, I'm not worried because I mean, look, oh my God, you get like you remind me of right now.
Yeah, you the boss. That's what I am. I'm the boss.
Guys, you remind me of a Falcons fan, bro. Like honestly, bro. You really do remind me of a Falcons fan, bro. Like just celebrate. Like they could beat the Saints one time, and you would have thought it was the Super Bowl, bro. Like, but like I said, bro, Miles.
First time out of 15 years. I mean, why we can't celebrate?
I ain't say you couldn't celebrate, but just know. Remember this conversation now. Remember.
What conversation?
If you do not get to the SEC championship game, if you do not win the national championship game, it does not matter.
And you might have to face us 3 times this year. You might.
I don't think that's possible.
How's it not possible?
How we play y'all 3 times?
Okay, let me break it down for you.
Because they wouldn't. they obviously, if it was a situation like that, I don't think that they would find a way to try to make it Tennessee and Bama again in the Natty, like just like they did with Georgia. You remember years ago when they sent Georgia to the Rose Bowl and they had us playing in New Orleans because they wanted Georgia and Alabama to play in the national championship game. If it was a situation where because you're thinking we play in the SEC championship game and that would be the first time that'd be the second time we play and playing in the national championship game. Is that what you're saying? So that would be 2 more times, not 3 more. It would be 2. You mean 2 more times? Because it would have to be.
That's what I'm saying. The total you done played us 3 times.
Yeah, you're just saying 3. I thought you were saying playing 3 more times. It would only
no,
be 2.
No. 2 more times. 2 more times.
Yeah. I can see that. Depending on how
because even if we lose to Georgia and Georgia loses, we still only got 1 loss. So we're gonna be in that national championship.
But then Georgia would only have 1 loss, but they would have a head-to-head against y'all. So that's why you can't.
But at the end of the day, we'll still be in the national championship because we only got 1 loss. There's nobody else on the team on our schedule that can beat us but Georgia. Maybe Kentucky. Maybe.
That's what I'm saying. Don't overlook them yet. And I think both.
I ain't looking overlooking, but I'm just telling you who we are.
We'll see who y'all are. Like I said,
you see the orange and white. You see that power T right there. Yeah.
Like I said, it's week 6. We'll see who y'all are. Like we'll see.
Well, you already see who we are. We beat Florida, LSU, and Alabama back to back. What are you talking about?
Trash. LSU's trash. Florida's trash. But anyway.
Oh my goodness.
Like I said, same thing as last year, bro. A&M. Oh, we beat Alabama. Oh, What they in the year? 9-4.
We ain't got no losses. We're not A&M. Quit comparing that.
All I'm saying is don't get too much dip on your chip, my brother.
It's dip. Nacho cheese.
Okay. All right.
Nacho cheese.
All right.
Nacho cheese. Yo.
Okay.
Nacho cheese.
Just look, enjoy this while you can, because you just like you and everybody else, they gonna be mad. They're gonna be mad later on in the year when we find a way in there like they always are. But I'm gonna let you have it. Enjoy this. Enjoy that. Enjoy it. But last but not least, man, real quick, we got the the NFL trade deadline is coming up in the next couple of weeks, in 2 weeks exactly. And there's some names that have been circulating out there. Obviously, we saw the news coming out of Carolina with Robbie Anderson, just a day after being benched and taken out of the game, he was traded from the Panthers to the Cardinals. So looking at the NFL trade deadline, Miles, what names are you looking at? Is there that one big name that you're looking at that you feel like they're definitely going to get traded by the time the trade deadline hits?
I'm hearing a lot about OBJ going to the Bills. Going to the Bills. I'm hearing a lot about that. I heard a lot about that today. Even a halfway OBJ with the Bills is still good. You know what I mean? Just like if he's only 70-80%, you know what I mean? With Stephon, at the receiver, and then you got OBJ coming in there just taking pressure off Stephon Diggs, and it could be ugly, man. And then you got Josh Allen just running over. I mean, he looked like a white Cam Newton out there right now. I don't mean to bring the racial thing into it, but he looked like a white Cam Newton out there, man. It's just like back in the Cam Newton when he was in his prime. You know what I mean? Like, that's who he reminds me of. But his arm is better. He's got better accuracy. But at the same time, it's just like, I mean, like, you got Stephon Diggs, you got OBJ, and then you got the balance of their offense, and with him, it's the Bills will be a problem, and it's gonna be wide open, man. It's everything is coming. College football, NFL, it's all coming into fruition to where it is all balanced out now, to where nobody is like getting above anybody. Like even at the college football level, like look here, these kids starting to play now more because they getting the NIL deals. They playing for something more than just. And they stay in school for 4 years. I mean, what you gonna leave for? I can get $2 million in college. I'm not leaving.
Yeah.
I get $2 million in college and still be around. I'm good. Straight up. I mean,
yeah. I mean, it's wild how it is out here now.
And then the transfer portal in the college, and then all this everything, man. It's just it's just wide open, man. It's making it great for sports, but at the end of the day,
yeah,
it can the wrong that fan that's not really a fan, that don't understand the game and understand that it is balancing out now. You know what I mean? Because all the owners and everybody, the NCAA, everybody was getting their money, but now the players are balancing out, getting their stuff.
Yeah.
So your true fans won't really understand it and get it. But at the end of the day, I love to see us getting that. Just our players in the college football ranks and even NFL now. Just getting their work. You know what I mean? Like you get your work due, because you get career in the career in the injuries, and you can't. You're done. You know what I mean? You might get a little $1, or you might get a little $1 million, policy on some injury stuff. You know what I mean? But I ain't gonna do nothing for the rest of your life when you can't walk the same way, when your knees all buckled up, your fingers or whatever. So, but yeah, I'm just glad to see it just all balancing out, man. And it's sports, man, and it's love, man. And I'm 43 years old, man. And but I wish they would have had this back when I was back in the day, boy, at Western Kentucky, boy. Hey. Give me that. I don't care. Give me 50,000 a year. Give me that NIL deal. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. I'm glad. I'm not hating. I'm just glad to see these boys getting paid for what they working for, though, for sure.
For sure. I think for me, like the one big name, and I'll just end with this, is Christian McCaffrey. Obviously, like he's a name that came up.
I don't think he's going nowhere though. I think they're gonna get him the franchise.
I don't know. But the thing about it is, with Christian McCaffrey,
what other franchise player they got? They got to give him the franchise tag. They ain't got nobody.
They're about to blow the team up, bro. I'm telling you, they're blowing up everything and starting over, bro. Like they literally. Yeah, because I mean, it's not like Christian McCaffrey can stay healthy anyway, for real. I mean, why not? And so, if you got a team that's going to risk giving up a first rounder for him, like they're asking for, they want to. And Shaq Lawson is another name that's in Carolina. It's a lot of people trying to get out of Carolina. DJ Moore is another name that came up. But if somebody's going to give up a first rounder for Christian McCaffrey, who is being injury prone, absolutely, they get rid of him. And especially because they added 2 draft picks with the Robbie Anderson trade, and looking at McCaffrey's contract situation. So if a team does acquire McCaffrey, they're going to owe him a prorated version of 1.12 million this year, and his contract is going to become more complicated in 2023. So with a salary of 11.8 million, which is not guaranteed. So if a team does acquire him, like they're gonna look at that, when it comes to like taking the cap hits and stuff like that. So, if I'm Carolina and the team is willing to give up some stuff for him, yeah, I'm gonna let him go for sure. Because it's not like everybody's gonna try. Everybody's trying to get out of Carolina. Like I said,
I better get a running back, and then I better get like
they got to get
first or second rounder.
Yeah. That's what I said. Like they're asking for a first rounder, so like we'll definitely see what happens. Obviously, but yeah, I'm expecting a Christian McCaffrey or DJ Moore, like one of those guys, to be moved by the trade deadline. We'll continue to cover it, obviously, like over these next couple of weeks.
So, what do you think about OBJ though? You think he going to go to the Bills?
I can see that for sure. I could definitely see that. But like I said, I mean, I don't think he's not going to play this year. He'll play for next year.
Him and Von Miller real close. So Von Miller said he almost dang near done guaranteed it. You know.
Yeah, I definitely can see OBJ going to the Bills. Like I can see it. I can see it. And next year it'll be wild. So definitely looking forward to seeing what that'll be nice. They'll be doggone near I want to say unstoppable, but yeah, they'll be unstoppable.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. But yeah, we'll definitely keep track of it. But hey, y'all, that's all we have for y'all tonight, man. Miles, we're gonna go ahead and say goodbyes, man, before we get up out of here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We the boss. Go Vols, man. Shades on all night. Yeah. We doing that, man. We doing it like that. All black. Let's get it. Let's get
Big
it.
bad volunteers. Oh my God. But
we on that level now. We on that level this year.
Oh, excuse me. Well, hey, we appreciate everybody jumping in, man, joining the broadcast tonight, man, giving us some time to talk some good, healthy sports talk with y'all as always, man. Continue to rock with us, man. We'll be back same time, same place, virtually, to give y'all some good sports talk, man. So, hey, be blessed. Good night, man. And as always, Roll Tide.
Go Vols, man.
You know who it is, man. Roll Tide.
Yes, sir.